Determine whether the function is one-to-one. And by that, first off, I just graph this function. By one-to-one, it means it will pass the vertical and horizontal line test. Because if it passes, basically by being one-to-one, it means its inverse is also a function. So here's what we do. This particular function right here does pass the horizontal line test. However, it does not pass the vertical line test. Now we can see it does make like, but it is not a one-to-one function. Another way we can do it is do it algebraically by coming up here and trading places with the x and y. Kind of got a little ahead of myself there. Trade places with x and y, then solve for y, which you would do by then I would square root each side. But remember, when you square root, when you're solving, it's a positive or negative, because like the square root of 16 is 4 and negative 4. But we usually, when doing numbers, we used to look at the positive. But when solving, it could be either one. The squared, in a sense, the square root cancels out the square. That's the whole reason for square rooting each side. Then I would add 5 to each side. So 5 plus or minus square root of x equals y. That's why this one is not one-to-one and it's not a function. But it did not. The easiest way to do it is to do the horizontal line test. If it doesn't pass the horizontal line test, it is not one-to-one. If it passes the horizontal line test, it is. So let's look at one that will pass the horizontal line test. It'll pass the vertical line test, and it passes the horizontal line test. So this one is 1-to-1, and you can prove it by trading places with the x and y, and solve for y, divide each side by 5, and that would be the graph, and its particular function would look like that if you wanted to kind of look at it, which would still pass the vertical line test here. That's the reason behind those. If it will pass the vertical and horizontal, it is 1-to-1. Kind of show those again right there real quick. Vertical, that was horizontal, and then this other one right here does not pass the horizontal, so it was not 1-to-1. And you can see the two graphs beside each other right there.